everyone. I'm Lindsay Lewis, editor for Building Enclosure. Thanks for listening along with us today. I am joined today by Chadwick Collins, technical director for SPRI. Chadwick is here today to tell us about what SPRI has been working on and some new updates that they have. So Chadwick, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So firstly, I want to ask, SPRI recently had their annual meeting in January, correct?
Correct.
So can you give me some highlights from the meeting?
Yeah, so we meet regularly throughout the year, but January is our really big annual meeting. This year was in Clearwater, Florida. A lot of great participation. I think we set a record for membership, if I remember correctly, from our president. So a lot of great energy and momentum from everybody attending. A lot of great speakers from NRCA and a few other stakeholders within the industry to update our members, as well as a lot of discussion on the things we're working on.
Cool. Now you have an update. So there's an update to RD-1 Performance Standard for rooftop drains. Is that correct?
Retrofit drains.
Retrofit drains.
Yep.
All right. So can you tell us what's included in that update?
Yeah, so that's a standard that's primarily focused on retrofit drains, which are components that use the plumbing of an existing drain, but if you're doing a refit that either increases, you need a lengthening of the pipe or whatnot, a retrofit drain is utilized. And so there wasn't a test standard in the marketplace for that. So sometime back, SPRI developed this RD-1 standard to evaluate those products. As good stewards, we revisit our standards on a pretty regular basis, and RD-1, it was time for us to take a look at it. It hadn't been updated since 2019. So we opened it up, and there was a few things we had to do, some house cleaning stuff, updating some of the units that are in there, trying to get some congruency across all of our standards so the units match and the conversions match. But then we also added some clarification around what the apparatus is to use to evaluate the product, added some pictures and graphics, because we all know pictures are worth 1,000 words. So added some reference material at the back end of the standard, and we're really proud of the new standard as it came out this year.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what else is SPRI working on? Any other standards? Anything fun you want to tell us?
Yeah, we're working on a lot of standards. Right now, our library is up to 17 standards. We have a couple that are still in process with their revisions, ED1 and WD1, which are both design standards. ED1 is around edge design, WD1 is around wind design. We hope to have those tied up very shortly. We actually had 2 new standards released last year. We had a vegetative roof evaluation test that was finished, and we had an adhesive test standard that was finished, ADT1 and VR1. So we're really excited about those standards, and we're looking to have 3 more standards come up for revision and start the process this year. Those are field fastener test, insulation field test, and a membrane evaluation test. So continuing to make sure we're good stewards, keeping our standards up to date and relevant. We're also doing a lot of code work around those standards, making sure the most recent edition of those are referenced in the code, along with some other code change proposals we're working on. We've got a white paper on PVC that we're putting the finished touches on. And the big thing for us that we're really excited about, our board just approved the program guidelines around engineered components, which is our fancy way of saying edge metal and metal systems. So anything that's an ES1 or GT1 system, very soon, once we get all the behind-the-scenes stuff built for DORA, you'll be able to search DORA for ES1 and GT1 assemblies within that.
Very cool.
So lots going on.
Yeah, you're a little busy. Yeah.
We got time for a little bit more, I think, maybe.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, thank you again for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. Anytime to talk about what SPRI's working on and share it with the industry. We love to take these opportunities.
Perfect. Well, thank you. Until next time, visit us on buildingenclosureonline.com for all your technical and educational resources.